And so, Kelly, when you were hearing these stories, and you obviously have your own as a parent, what did it tell you to know that Ingrid was, instead of being, at the receiving end, was treated as an ally on the same level as the teacher, the school principal, the school. So she wasn't an add-on. She was integral to the success of OJ and, frankly, the entire school. So what does it mean to have, what's the implication of having that sort of relationship?
Well, I think we heard a lot about that from Dr. Jean for the last hour, and I think you kind of can see the living, breathing importance of it in terms of all the people on this stage. I would say that one of the things that enables it is to have a set of broad visions where people can kind of get their teeth into what's going on at school. So people are excited when they hear from Aaron Warner about the things their kids are learning at school because they're exciting. They are actually doing creative work. I think people are really, I'm always struck by the difference between the sort of policy and news discourse of schools versus how actually joyful it is to be at an early morning cross-country running practice, surrounded by children in the sunlight. There's a reality there, and to the extent schools can do a better job of sharing that joyous part of every day that kind of motivates most of the people in the system, I think that really helps. I also think it's really important to think about the Model Schools program, which was an investment in high expectations in our kids, all of our kids, not just the Rhodes Scholars who we also interviewed who talked about how important high expectations were for them. It's too bad that program started with one budget for 8 schools and now has spread that over 150 schools. We need to, when we have high expectations and believe we can make a difference in schools, sometimes that will take system-level investments. We need to make sure that we have, social-emotional learning that we can communicate and feels real and not, flaky granola. To parents in the community, we've got a job to do about communicating the really great, real things that happen, and that means great things have to happen at school too.
But what you're talking about isn't dependent on a directive. It's a relationship of school leaders and parents and students as allies.
Well, for sure, and I mean, I hate to use the cliche of moral purpose, but actually, children in your face create a certain moral purpose to them. And I think when we think about the children we know today, and when we think about the troubled world we live in and how important it is that all kids have a good preparation and good experiences in the here and now, you shouldn't need a directive.
Hopefully not.